करने का चालू। मैं तेरे को मस्त ऐसा हेयर लाइट दे रहा।
क्या देगा?
हेयर लाइट
क्या रहता है?
दैट वन
नहीं करने का ऐसा। स्कल कैप पहन के आएगा ना।
Alright, welcome everyone to episode number 4 of the Objective Stream. My name is Nikhil. This is Distracted Anuj. As always.
कब क्या? तू वार्निंग भी नहीं दी हमें।
It's been a while. Exactly 40 seconds.
तू बोलता है यूजुअली कि मैं चालू कर रहा।
I said before doing all the light thing. So he's still distracted. It's been a month, dude. Get a grip. So, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing good. Let's get this show rolling with a quick disclaimer.
We are not drinking.
We are not drinking. No, but we still have potty mouths.
Yeah, we still have potty mouths.
That hasn't changed.
Is that the mute button?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah. Okay. There. All good.
All right. When you press the mute button,
it blinks.
That's weird.
It's ulta.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. I know.
This is the first time I'm noticing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the disclaimer: we have potty mouths, so we may say things that people with sensitive hearing or kids which may not be appropriate around kids. So if either is the case, you can either plug in earphones or turn the stream off entirely. But we'd like it if you stick around. All right, with that out of the way, let's jump into the very first topic for today. IKEA and Sonos are partnering together to bring speakers for us. Furniture. Speakers powered by furniture. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you
done?
That
was loud.
Yeah. Are you done? Okay. Sorry about your ears. Alright, so IKEA is going to bring Sonos powered smart speakers, furniture for us in August later this year. So we'll most likely see demos of this at Computex. I hope we see demos of this at Computex. That will be really, really cool. Please no.
That's cool.
Sound to bada fir.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have our very own in-house.
This is such a cool idea.
Yeah, actually we needed this. Actually, I like this. I like this. We need. You know what? For the next stream, let's figure out a way to get the audio directly from this into that.
Over engineering, but I like it.
That is how we roll.
Nice. So my day job kind of deals with working with Alexa and Google Assistant and their SDKs. What I hate about this is there's no SDK for this, but that's the whole point. Sonos is a hardware manufacturer. They've never really been into the whole voice assistance thing.
Yep.
And IKEA is a furniture manufacturer, so it's like a perfect marriage for them. I'm not sure how they're going to tie into the wider ecosystem when it comes to smart home devices from Alexa and like things like HomeKit. But IKEA is doing their own line of smart appliances.
Sonos speakers are already AirPlay 1 and 2 compliant. So
but
they have that
still
going
not
in
a
for
voice
them.
assistant.
Yeah, so no, but here's the thing. Sonos has, I believe, already rejected the idea of getting into that whole thing. I don't know if this particular partnership might make them change their mind.
Right.
But Sonos has previously rejected that idea. They want to be a speakers company. That is what they do. What I'm really interested in is, since IKEA is now in India, I hope this brings Sonos to India as well.
Yeah,
with their traditional products, which is the Sonos Play 1, 3 and 5.
Right.
Have you ever heard them?
No.
They will blow your socks off. They are legit good.
I have those slip-on shoes, so I don't wear socks. Yeah, pretty disappointing.
No.
Yeah, even that was disappointing.
No. He'll get it. He'll get it by the next episode.
Practice.
He'll get it by the next episode.
Yeah.
But so Sonos makes.
Did you tweet the link?
Oh no! Thank you. Thank you, my good sir. I appreciate it very, very much. 5 minutes late, but better than never tweeting about it. So, anyways, you can go on. You were saying something before we did all the shenanigans. Okay.
So I don't know how it fits into the wider ecosystem, but one of the ways around this is assuming that this is like a full-fledged, pretty awesome, super crazy audio system. Alex has come out with a thin player, which is just a bunch of mics, and you're supposed to.
We discussed it on the show.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
And you're just supposed to connect your existing audio gear to that. So something like that is probably targeted for such audiences, given the price tag for that was pretty steep.
And Sonos speakers are not cheap either.
Yeah.
Okay, although IKEA furniture may be cheaper compared to alternatives,
Right.
Sonos speakers are not cheap.
Right.
Another thing this article, like in Gadget, kind of hints towards is speakers embedded into the furniture you buy.
Yeah.
Which can get freaky really quickly, especially if you take in the whole angle of...
No, that makes sense.
Of this thing, your whole smart assistants, right? Because now a piece of furniture is still a piece of furniture to an unsuspecting person. When they see an Alexa or a Google Home or a HomePod,
unsuspecting is like for a day.
Yeah, but like for example, like just some visitor.
Yeah, people get used to it.
Like like if I'm buying that furniture,
It'll be similar to can you share your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, I mean if you're sharing the Wi-Fi password, it's as good as dead. Yep, small boop, but a boop nonetheless.
So,
go on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so this is interesting. What they really need is integration with like two things, which are the key sellers for smart voice assistants. I don't know what their strategy is for this, but integration with music streaming services is one, and the second is working with smart devices. Working with smart devices is the easy bit because IKEA is doing smart devices. Working with music integrations is probably tricky.
So I guess the whole Sonos thing ties in very well with whatever they have planned.
Yeah,
I have no idea what they have planned, but whatever it is, Sonos and then all the music
Good
integration
times are they coming?
in August.
You know,
Like Computex this year is going to be hella fun because 2018 was disappointing, very disappointing. All right, let's move.
I hope my ex is watching.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. No, because you said 2018 was disappointing. So,
अरे मंडळ आले आपले मानस वजे
no, Mandali.
मंडळी नमस्कार. All right.
My brother's complaining about the stream dropping.
No, connection's good from our end. So
They
either could be
always good.
could be YouTube as well, especially considering that this is being streamed live. So it's going from here to an Indian server and then from there to the American one. So I really do not know how exactly that pans out for live streaming, but could be that. But the connection on our end is A-OK. All right, and hello from the other side as well.
Hello.
नाही चुकलं तिथंच चुकलं. All right, so let's get into some not so disappointing news. AMD's Ryzen 7 is due on the 7th.
More importantly, they have promised
Day 1 Linux support.
You know the state of this might be a little tangential, but the state of Linux computers is pretty awesome. It's never been so good.
Yeah, it has really been incredible. Nvidia has been shitting with their GPU drivers for so long, and Linus Torvalds has been on their ass for this very reason.
Right.
And AMD is like, so AMD kind of ended up fudging the release of their drivers for the RX 590, which they launched recently, right? And that also happened because they kind of had to make some last minute changes to the BIOS on the cards itself before they went out to the public, right? Because there were some like very priority fixes, which kind of caused the drivers to misbehave.
Right.
So getting that day one level support to the RX 590 took a few more weeks. But with the Vega 7, Radeon 7, they are very, very sure that it will happen on day one, which is the 7th.
Right.
Now, I was very excited to get this card, right? So when I was watching the live stream, and Dr. Lisa Su holds it out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to sell my 1080 Ti and buy that. Then I read news about the upcoming Navi chips.
Right.
For $250, you'll get performance of the GTX 2080, RTX 2080, which is priced at around $699. So if like that is the rumored price, and if that works, if that sticks, dude, Nvidia is in for some deep shit.
Right.
Because not only AMD is they're promising day one Linux support. Okay, they have very good drivers for their existing cards, very good support for their existing cards, excellent relationships with their partners, their OEM partners, right? I mean, everything is stacking in the favor of AMD now. So is the market. So there is very little reason for anyone to go and look for anything else.
So it's always been a meme, right? Like 2018 is the year of the Linux desktop.
Yeah.
2017 was the year of... Every year is the year of Linux desktop since, I don't know, 1999. But things are actually getting pretty good. Project Sputnik, which is the name of the thing, the project.
Hey, even Manas is saying choppy stream. Okay, now the thing... No, what? Wait, what? Is this a YouTube thing? I hope it's not a YouTube thing.
Dropped frames.
Okay, he's like, now it's good. Okay, I haven't changed anything, so thank you, YouTube. Hello. Okay, so let's come back to this.
This is new, so I'm going to be doing a lot of this.
Yeah, so you were saying.
So, so when I, from a like, what really matters is developers will always figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
But good consumer grade Linux machines, System 76 is doing great. They are coming up with like their own fully designed, like completely designed by themselves, including the motherboards, everything, Linux systems. Project Sputnik, which is the Dell project for Linux based laptops and servers.
You're talking about pre-built systems.
Yeah, pre-built systems.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly, because I don't care about from a state of the Linux hardware thing. I don't care about people who build their own, because they will build their own anyway, any which ways.
Monsters, yeah.
Right. So this is about people who won't build their own.
And
having serious alternatives to MacBooks and shitty Windows laptops is
the days are numbered, basically, is what you're trying to say. I mean, I hope that happens to Chromebooks as well, but seems like that's never happening. Ha ha ha. Attaboy. Okay, so
Sitaram doesn't know what that sound is.
What that sound is. Well, now you know.
No, I think he wants to see the screen.
Like, look at that GPU. That looks sexy.
AMD Radeon. I have no idea about GPUs. I've never even had a CPU. I've always used laptop. So that's such an inaccurate statement, but I've never built my own PC is what I meant.
Alright. Okay, so moving on to so again some more GPU news. The rumored GTX 11, not 1160, but the GTX 1660 Ti, 1660 and the 1650 have leaked. Production values PogChamp. Yeah, Dota memes don't work here, dude. But yeah, I get your point. I like that. Alright, so the 1660 Ti, 1660 and 1650 have leaked, which is basically what I was just telling about. AMD's targeting with the upcoming Navi GPUs, right? But these are still not going to be 7 nanometers.
Okay.
So AMD is coming in hot with 7 nanometer GPUs, 7 nanometer CPUs at Computex. and both Intel and Nvidia have nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, we've had too many jokes about Intel, but why can't Nvidia get their shit in?
I have no idea. So Nvidia is also supposedly stuck with the whole thing. And
was there some news about TSMC being the route for their 10 nanometer? Was it 10 or 14?
10.
Okay, yeah. So TSMC had issues with the 10 nanometer production line.
Everyone did.
No, recent issues where they had like faulty contractor materials, which resulted in a lot more faults in the wafers.
Okay.
Something like this. I think I posted it on our group.
So basically, Hard OCP has kind of figured out the leaks, and it's posted on Overclock 3D. And the pricing for these new GPUs will be around $229. And furthermore, I think there's another pricing here, $179, which kind of ties in with what AMD plans to release, or the rumors suggest that AMD plans to release those Navi GPUs at. So Computex is going to be fun, but if the Navi GPUs are at 7 nanometers, I do not think most people will be buying the 1660 Ti's and stuff like that, because those are cheaper, better driver supports, better support from the company, because Nvidia has been really bad with support as well, with a lot of RMA issues, because the 2080 and the 2080 Ti's were dying days after installing them in a new build. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out for Nvidia and AMD and Intel and Apple as well. Yeah. Any idea why I said Apple? New iMacs, new Mac Pros, new MacBooks.
When you said iMacs, I thought of IMAX. Like, great, one more IMAX in Pune.
Oh man, that would be great.
That would be cool.
Sometime, like somewhere in this side of town.
Yeah.
You guys already have one.
That's true.
Yeah. Alright, so moving on to the next topic. Apple just dismissed more than 200 people from its Titan project, which was its autonomous car project.
This is essentially तुमसे ना हो पाएगा.
Yeah.
तुम्हारे लक्षण बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं लग रहे हमें.
Because there is some interesting news coming in later today, like very recently. Because all of this essentially happened because Apple most probably couldn't get tech right.
I mean, they must have some wacky ideas about how
possibly
transportation will work in 10 years and how Apple will lead it and all of that.
Yeah. Most likely.
It's a hard industry to get into.
Most likely. Yeah. No, so here's
even Google was struggling with Waze and their autonomous car thing, Waymo and all of those things.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. This is very hot off the press.
Yeah.
Elon Musk releases all Tesla patents to help save the earth. Now, what he's basically saying
is...
This is the
second time I'm hearing this news.
So what he's basically saying is whatever patents Tesla holds for autonomous cars and all the electric motors and all the battery tech and everything that these Tesla cars back, whatever patents they own, they are not going to be using it to sue other companies who use their technology. So he in fact wants these companies to go ahead and use their technology without being afraid, like, Tesla will sue us if we use it. So he wants none of that. What's really funny is how the article is written. Yes, San Francisco, United States. Elon Musk announced Thursday that he had released all of the electric car maker Tesla patents as a part of an effort to fight climate change. Good on his part and the company's part. In a blog post, the colorful billionaire founder of Tesla promised the company something.
What's the colorful?
Colorful billionaire founder. Oh boy, who wrote this article?
Probably some intern. Because you don't have to write an Elon Musk article well, because it just sells itself. So you could have anyone write it, honestly.
Like that is nah, keep trying guys, keep trying, because like if I ever became a millionaire and some billionaire and someone wrote about me as the colorful billionaire founder of XYZ, oh
Mission
man,
accomplished.
I would be embarrassed.
Oh man,
Like
that's like goals.
I would be embarrassed.
I'll probably start wearing more colorful shirts.
Well, Manas has a good point. We are expecting a lot from NDTV interns, which is kind of what you said, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I guess my expectations were misplaced. But, okay, a man can hope. A man can hope.
So
All right.
Before we head on to the security and privacy, but we have one last topic.
Very, very interesting topic. Two, actually.
No,
and
one.
Two. Yeah, this one, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Because both are really, really
I don't
cool.
think 7 is actually a topic.
Why not?
Because
Yeah, we are not going to be discussing it much because
no,
I don't understand
fine.
jack about it.
Let's stop with the foreplay. Samsung unveils 15.6-inch Ultra HD OLED display for laptops. Yeah, I mean we were discussing things without actually talking about that. That's the closest to it.
All right. So the 15.6-inch Ultra HD OLED TV. So 4K resolution, a contrast of 1200,000 to 1.
Samsung does good display stuff.
Samsung does very good displays for laptops, tablets, and all of that. Phones and TVs, LG.
I don't know about that.
I recently saw an OLED Samsung TV,
I had the
56 inches or
Samsung
something.
Galaxy Nexus, whatever it was called, and it was pretty good, man.
Okay.
I think I still have it.
There's a difference between pretty good.
Because for its time, it was pretty good.
When was that?
20.
Those are
10,
AMOLED
11.
displays. Those were AMOLED
So
displays.
what? They've always been on top of the display
Nah.
technology, whatever it was.
No, but this is next level stuff.
They had that rolling display as well, it transparent.
Yeah. So I think all of this is coming from the same, the trickle down technology thing, what we discussed.
So there are very few people who do their own displays, their own chips,
Yeah.
their own memory devices.
Yep.
And that's
Samsung
very
and
cool.
LG are the only ones.
No, so LG doesn't do their own chips.
Yeah, they do.
No,
The A series. They have their own A series chips.
not for the mobiles.
Oh, not for the mobiles, but for their TVs and stuff. For their TVs and washing machines and everything, they have their own chips.
That's okay. Samsung got pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But
Samsung,
I've never
wait, Samsung makes what chips for?
Exynos.
Exynos is theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this coming back to the topic at hand, this display has a excellent 6,000 nits of brightness. 600, sorry.
I praise Samsung, but before we just go forward, they
Yeah.
suck at software. So please, guys, hire the right.
Yeah.
Continue.
Like the TV software. If you buy their TVs, the TV software
Any
is
software,
horrendous.
it's like nai patla wala.
Yes, I do agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But here's the kicker. So it has been certified as a VESA true HDR display, right? So you get the deepest, darkest blacks on it.
Right.
Okay, and it has the full I believe this is the first display on a laptop that will ship with full 100% DCI-P3 coverage, because even MacBook Pros come with I think 94 or 95%. The MacBook Air, the newest one, comes with about 58% of the DCI-P3 color range. I believe this is the first one which comes with 100% DCI-P3 color range.
Interesting.
It will make watching HDR content on this laptop pretty epic, whatever this guy is showing.
Yeah.
Right? Why would I need an Ultra HD OLED panel on a 13-inch laptop, considering most of the target audience uses laptops for productivity applications? Small correction, this is a 15.6-inch display, so your frame and everything included is going to be around 16 inches, I believe, but they can just make a bezel-less one like they're showing in this image. Okay, now the second, coming to your most important part of the question, why would you need it, as most people will be using this for productivity? I believe this is not going to be powered by a very powerful CPU. That's a guess. Okay, because most of the Coffee Lake CPUs that Intel has and the upcoming Ryzen 3 GPUs or APUs with the Vega chips can drive this display pretty fine without an issue. So HDR here is going to be the selling point. So productivity, when you say that, you're going to be using laptops with these displays mostly for your creative visual artistic work, right? You would not be buying these laptops to work like, all your document based work, right? Like you're writing in Excel sheets and PowerPoints and slides and what else have you, like writing code. Yeah, writing code. You would not buy this laptop with such a display for that purpose. However, if you're a photographer or a visual artist and a film editor or filmmaker, you would want this for its color accuracy. We still stand to see how color accurate this is, but those are the applications of such displays. Excuse me. Okay, so that's an unrelated video. I thought this panel is coming at 240 Hertz. It's not.
Moving on to the next topic,
which is
Israeli folks have said that they have found a cure for cancer,
which is very, very, very cool. And I'll just jump to the most interesting paragraph in here. Most anti-cancer drugs attack a specific target in the cancer cell, but AEBI's technology includes multiple cancer-targeting peptides for each cancer cell at the same time and also includes a strong toxin. Dr. Ian Murad has said that we made sure that the treatment will not be affected by mutations. Cancer cells can mutate in such a way that the targeted receptors are dropped by the cancer. Wait, yes, so our cancer cure will be, so I'm basically reading the entire article now. Our cancer cure will be effective from day one and will last a duration of a few weeks and will have no to minimal side effects at a much lower cost than most other treatments on the market. Our solution will be both generic and personal. So I believe what they have ended up with is a solution which they can, or rather multiple solutions where they mix and match depending on, after a biopsy of the tumor itself.
My issue with this kind of an article is like, this is too early.
Sorry?
This is too early.
Too early to do what?
To celebrate or to talk about it, because this has to go through extremely rigorous trials.
No, this is after clinical trials.
No, I don't think
so. There's more information here and you can check that out. So this is after all of that. So they are still doing clinical trials for the specific ones. But as a generic solution, they are saying that this works.
It's pretty cool.
But even if this is too early, it is a step in the right direction. This is going to be really cool. And there is really. I trust these guys with that kind of shit. Like any research kind of work, you go to the Israelis, amongst other things, but we won't go into that in this show. Alright, so my man. Alright, so do you want to give a preface before we jump into this?
So there are like a bunch of security things that happened this week and it's crazy. I myself was personally attacked.
Yes.
Oh my god.
On Monday, was it?
Yeah,
I think it was a Monday.
Tuesday or something.
Okay. No, but here's the weirdest part. Monday was Data Privacy Day.
Yeah. Fun week, man.
Fun week. Monday was Data Privacy Day. I had no idea until later that night on that day. And I happened to release Elytra, a new version of Elytra into the App Store. And we started highlighting privacy in your face all over the place. So we started doing that. And then at night I messaged him like, dude, today is Data Privacy Day. What a coincidence. And then from Tuesday onwards, the shit show starts.
Okay. My personal website got hacked. Stupid. It's really stupid. So I host my personal page, informational page on GitHub Pages. And so what happened is I went from a paid private repositories plan to a free private repositories plan. That meant that my website went down. which was extremely unexpected. Right, so the documentation, the announcement blog post did not have any of this information, like what were the features that they were taking away from me. It was there in some documentation, which probably nobody checked. But yeah, it was there. And what happened is somebody else used my CNAME because my CNAME was suddenly invalid. And they started, like, my website was being
redirected
from
somewhere.
Some other GitHub repository.
Yeah, and it was like, you know what GitHub should have done?
They should have sent an email.
That is it. All you have to do is send an email
How
stating
simple is it that this
2
is
days in
going to
advance.
happen?
Yeah, 2 days in advance that
Please
these
give me
CNAMEs.
some warning.
Yes, that these CNAMEs are set up on your GitHub account and they are about to expire if you don't take this particular action. That's all you had to do. That is all. Just give 2 days warning. That is it.
They were pretty prompt in the response where they just suspended the account that was doing all of this. So it was like one account who had like 60 repositories. All were websites starting with A. Because whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been very easily avoided. It's not very damaging because it's a static website. And GitHub says that, this is meant for personal pages and all of that. Which it was. But it was still, like, the way I found out that this has happened is one of my friends was taking a look at my resume because he was updating his own and he just wanted some ideas. And he just went to my website and he was like, dude, this doesn't seem like a personal page. And we were like, this website is hacked, and then there was a lightning and all that. It was pretty cute.
Yeah, but I believe this was more of a, okay, this is broken. You don't want to fix it. I'll show you a demo that it's broken. I think it was one of those. It wasn't a deliberate hack. It was just probably like, someone emailed GitHub and GitHub wasn't listening. So this person is like, screw you, I'll give you a demo. And when people complain, then you're going to take action, which is exactly what happened.
So I bitched about this on Twitter and their product managers got in touch and she direct messaged me and she's like, did you fix it? And how did this happen? Like, did you miss the documentation? And all of that. And I'm still not clear about how this new system is going to work because I have more than one site. Like multiple projects of mine have their own domain name and all of them are private repos and all of that. And I don't know what is happening. But I think the bottom line is that I'm probably going to go back to paid private repositories. I've been doing that since, 2012 or 13. So I might as well.
I find it very unreasonable of these companies to expect us to, devote a lot of time to, reading about the new shit they launch. When
like if it's breaking something that I'm using, I have to be notified over email.
Yeah.
I'm not, you can't expect me to follow you on Twitter or subscribe
exactly.
to
Because
essentially
they have our email IDs.
Yeah.
It's not like
they send me a mail if I accidentally push a commit ID which has an API key.
Okay.
Right? And that's pretty hardcore stuff because you have to go through each commit and that must be like crazy amount of
computation they have to do on their end.
But if they can do that, they can send me a bloody email saying that, if you're going to do this, then this is the setback that you're going to have.
It literally costs them pennies.
Yeah.
Literally costs them pennies. So, a lot of other privacy related stuff happened over the week and the week before it. So, to begin with, Google is getting fined for 50 million euros by the Cnil for...
I've never even heard of this organization.
So, it's an European agency.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah. So
but essentially, they are in violation of some GDPR rules.
A lot of GDPR laws. A lot.
And hence, they are paying the fine.
So, multiple. Not being in accordance with GDPR, lack of transparency, inadequate information, and lack of valid consent regarding ads personalization. The most important here being inadequate information.
Exactly. Because the many different vectors through which Google tracks you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And
it is crazy. You cannot keep up because there is so much of Google that we use without even knowing.
Yeah.
Like you may change to DuckDuckGo,
But
right?
your network provider is probably using something.
Somewhere, somehow, it's going through a Google pipe.
Exactly. Like it maybe your network provider is actually using their DNS.
Yeah.
In which case you are screwed. Maybe
Yeah.
your router is doing that.
Yeah.
In which case you are screwed. There are a bunch of different angles that could be, not even in your control, right? Like the DNS that my ISP uses is something that is absolutely not in my control.
We have that, Manas, we have that topic coming up. It is pretty crazy. So you may want to hang in for that one. All right. So please go on.
So yeah, the why government has to play a role is because providing me internet, like it's not just a direct access thing.
Yeah, anymore.
Right, anymore.
At
There
all.
are a bunch of people in the pipeline.
There are multiple middlemen.
Right, and I can't control any of them.
And there are middlemen between the middlemen.
Yeah.
It gets crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
It's like an MLM.
Yeah.
It's basically like an MLM.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I have zero control over it, but I
Yeah.
have to be made aware of it because I am a consumer and I have the right to be there.
Yes, absolutely. Just like with the whole GitHub shit.
Yeah.
Talking about that, so one of a journalist, a British journalist, I believe, recently wanted to block Google as an experiment for a week.
Yeah,
so he blocked.
It was a she.
It was a she. So she blocked the IPs, and what ended up happening is she couldn't access a lot of, like, obviously she couldn't access a lot of Google, but she also couldn't access any of the sites hosted on Google's cloud. What is it called? Google Compute Cloud?
Yeah, Google Cloud.
Google Cloud.
GCP.
only. GC? Google Cloud?
GCP.
Google Cloud what?
Platform.
Google, whatever it is. So basically she couldn't access any of that. Now that included Uber and a bunch of other things, and there is a lot of Google in our lives, like no matter how hard we try to avoid it. A lot of company emails are hosted on Google.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try to avoid it, they will keep finding a way to be persistently there in your life. Really, really creepy. And that was our Black Mirror segment of the day. So another shit happened. Another piece, like this really boils my blood. So both Google and Facebook are guilty of this. So Apple has two kind of developer programs. The first kind, in which I am enrolled, we can either enroll as a individual or a company, and we get a certificate given to us by Apple, which we use to sign our apps with, and then we submit it to Apple. They approve it or they reject it and have us make changes, and then it goes to the App Store so you guys can download it.
Right.
There's another kind, which is the enterprise program, where companies like Google and Facebook can get a certificate from Apple, sign the app directly by themselves, and then just distribute it to whoever they want. Sounds cool? What Google and Facebook have been doing is collecting private data through such apps. In fact, Facebook went so far ahead that they made teenagers download these apps as survey apps, pay for it, and then ask them to take a screenshot of their latest orders, Amazon orders, and upload it through the app. That was horrifying. Oh boy. That was really, really bad. All like Google's certificates and Facebook's certificates got revoked by Apple because of this, and Facebook's certificate got revoked on the same day as their sales call. So that was pretty epic.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
The share market thing didn't budge.
Yeah.
It went up.
Yeah.
Because people who invest in Facebook don't really care about privacy.
Yeah, they don't. So all these big people who have their money invested in Facebook know what they are signing up for. And they also know that this is how Facebook is going to make money. If they don't do this, Facebook does not make money. I mean,
pretty fucked up. You know what? Sheryl Sandberg from Facebook said that the teenagers had consented.
How?
Exactly. So first of all, they are teenagers.
Yeah.
And she's like, this was all done in accordance with whatever.
What?
After that, TechCrunch did a very nice piece where they said that no, the teenagers did not have consent because you did not tell them what you were using the data for.
Makes sense.
So you called it research and marketing and all of that.
Yeah,
and
she may throw words around, but
yeah.
but people like journalists will know that you're throwing bullshit at them, and they will call you out for it.
Yeah.
You're not in India, Sheryl Sandberg. You're not in India. The nation actually does want to know where you are.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the drum.
Oh.
Too late.
I was in the browser, sorry.
Too late.
I wonder if you can split GarageBand with Safari.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can't.
No, because GarageBand is a full screen app. Alright, so moving on to the next topic, the one Manas has been asking about, the State Bank data leak. So SBI is one of India's largest banks, and they leaked account data for a lot of their customers. But it's although the title does say that account data, this data was only about messages that were being delivered to their customers, SBI's customers, right? So that, however, does include the last 3-4 digits of their account and the money in their savings or current accounts. And it also includes the phone numbers, because the SMS is being sent to a particular phone number. So now you have the phone number, the last 4 digits of that account, what kind of an account it is, and the amount of money in that account.
Which is great if you want to figure out who you want to rob.
Yeah, exactly. And based on the phone number, you can just make a random call saying, you're from some XYZ service center. You can just say you're from the HP gas company. And they're coming and they need to make an inspection. When can they schedule one? And now you have the address of the person. Bam. Is that easy?
Stupid.
Should we be doing this on a live stream? Should we be giving people ideas?
It's already out there.
Man. So anyways, so here are some samples, and turns out that this was a unprotected MongoDB. Kids, do not use document-based databases ever. Let's start there. Number 2, if you have to use MongoDB, make sure that you do not save information like this. This is a document-based system. What you're literally storing here is relational information. Why would you use Mongo? That is just dumb. And there was no password on the whole database, so if you knew where to look, you could easily find that database. And
so what's interesting is TechCrunch reached out to SBI, and SBI was like,
no, you gotta give the full story.
Yeah,
so
okay.
How it went down was
so SBI bitched to UIDIA,
yes,
saying that you guys, people leaking stuff.
Yep.
And Aadhaar, the UIDIA,
it's leaking all over the place, and UIDAI is nothing's happened.
Never happened.
Fine.
And then
SBI has no power beyond that.
Yeah, they can just bitch. They can't do shit.
Yeah, and then this happens with SBI, and then SBI is like,
nothing
happened.
Everything's
good. We just put a password on it, but everything's good now.
So yeah, a lot of people on Twitter are like, this is the worst part about all of this, is the denial in which Indians live.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but you know what? Here's the biggest problem that I see people who own Android phones, or in fact even iPhones. Hell, this affects both kinds of users. This affects everyone. They will install an app, and then when you install the app, you get all those permission dialogues.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, because they want to start using the app. That is just dumb. That is dumb.
So I think there needs to be some new kind of regulation which says that before you install an app or create an account, you show in human readable forms the policy, the terms of use and the privacy policy.
iOS requires that.
No, in very human readable. So
yes.
While creating an account, there's a terms of privacy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bunch of text. That's not cool.
Oh yeah.
That's not cool.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay. Understood. So yeah, take that point out. Or be like me and just don't collect any of that information. And you'll never have to you'll never have to worry about it. You have no idea how peacefully I sleep at night. Like hell, even if someone hacks into Elytra's database, all they'll find are articles people read and a random string for their user ID. Nothing else.
I think there's got to be increasing demand for a privacy-conscious alternative for all apps.
I hope so.
Yeah. So if you're a developer, if you're an indie developer, and you're looking for ideas, you know what? Just take an existing successful application that you know a bit about, and just make a very privacy-conscious one.
Yeah. Just strip away anything that collects data from that app and make one. Like, in fact. So someone reached out to me recently, and I don't mind making this public. I'll just not name the company. And they asked me how many users Elytra has, and they sent me a proposition, and I'm like, so and so many paying users, but there are multiple. Like the registered users are in thousands, but there are only so many paying users.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool. We would like to buy information about these users because we want to target them for so and so apps. I'm like, okay, how much are you willing to play? Now I'm just playing their game at this point because I have literally nothing to give them. And the amount they quoted was pretty insane. $75 per user.
What?
Yeah. $75 per user. Even thinking about the user acquisition that established companies, that is an insane number.
Yeah, but that gives you an idea of what's going down. Right?
I knew immediately that this is some kid who has no idea what they're doing. Right? So I just play along. I'm like, cool. So I have so and so many users, so that will amount to so and so much. Does that work for you? That is a big amount. And that person is like, yeah, that works for me. When can we do the transaction? I just reply to him, nope. Because number one, I had nothing to give him. Number two, off. No. You make an app, you make it good, and don't ask other app developers to sell information about their users. That's just a very shitty thing to do. Like, you have to be a really horrible person to even ask such a thing. I mean, I cannot imagine that app to be any good at all. Oh boy. But I guess we should end on a slightly better note, or at least a slightly better note for Intel. And they have their 7th CEO. Problem is, people are pissed that he's apparently a Jewish guy.
Oh God.
I mean, like, how does that matter? How does that matter? How does it affect you? He could be Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, for all I care, Buddhist or anything else. How does it affect you? All I care about are 7 nanometer Intel chips, and if he's the one who's going to deliver it to me, I'm all in for him.
Don't hold your breath, man.
Yeah, but a man can hope. A man can dream.
This is just this we talked about, I think, in one of our previous stream, but Amazon Basics is no longer available in
India. 1st of February, today, Amazon Basics cable's gone. I ordered whatever I could, whatever I thought I needed today.
Did they raise the prices? No.
Sorry?
Did they drop the prices?
No. So I ordered them on the 30th. No, you did not.
Yeah.
So they didn't drop the prices. I'm pretty sure they already have a plan working.
Yeah, I think it's a people-pleasing move for the elections.
Yeah.
I think after the elections,
they'll be back to normal. Yep, I'm expecting the same. We also had the interim budget by the interim finance minister Piyush Goyal earlier today, and a lot of bait and switch has been done.
Yeah.
A lot of bait and switch. So please do not fall for whatever words and text they are going to be printing in the papers tomorrow, because it's going to be one hell of a ride.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Just got a message, an email from the Prime Minister's office about highlights of Man Ki Baat January 2019. This is the first time that I'm getting this.
Why do they have your email ID?
Exactly. And this is a pretty official looking email
No
ID.
reply at sampark.gov.in. Baraka.
What the fuck?
No, just mark it as spam. If enough people do it, Google is going to start treating it as spam. Then it doesn't matter what the domain ID is.
Look at this. Look at this.
You got to turn it again. Yeah. There we go. What?
Man Ki Baat. Highlights of Man Ki Baat. So, how much propaganda is this guy going to do? Where the hell did he get my email address from?
I started getting SMSs. I just reported them to TRAI. And I haven't received one since. So that works, if you've been wondering.
Plenty of orange in this email.
Hey, come on! To their credit, there's some green as well.
Yeah,
There's
of
purple,
course.
brown, blue. They are a very secular party, dude. Come on. All right. So, moving on to the next and final segment of our show. Since you're not doing the drums,
Man,
what are we
that's not-
watching?
Yeah.
All right.
So I watched a bunch of stuff because
Yeah.
I was in the plane for quite some time.
By the way, welcome back, my man.
I finished watching The Punisher.
Okay.
The whole of season 2.
Okay.
It's pretty average. I
Yeah.
think they might get a season 3. I'm not counting.
I could
on
not
it.
finish season 1. I just could not make myself
I don't
finish
know why
it.
I'm friends with you.
It was a bad season.
Yeah, it was good stuff. So I watched Punisher. I finished the first season of Mrs. Maisel. I've started the
Oh,
second
yeah.
season, which is pretty dope. I am also watching Salvation season 2, which I
Okay.
don't know why you haven't started.
I honestly did not know that season 2 dropped. It's a pretty decent show.
Yeah.
I like the premise of it.
Yeah. I like the premise. I just don't like the drama.
Yeah, the drama is just bullshit.
Just show me the science stuff.
Yes.
I came here for the Mars and the satellites and
Exactly.
the rockets. Just show me that.
Exactly.
Why do you want me to be
Foreplay.
interested in your
Foreplay.
Yeah, no, not the foreplay. It's not even the foreplay. It's I don't know what it is. It's about मैं तेरे से मैं तुम्हारे बच्चे की माँ बनने वाली type stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Pretty
shit.
much.
Quit that. Why are you trying to appease to so many people? Just
Yeah, I believe I had brought up this show earlier on one of our streams in season 1. I don't think that deserved the drums, but okay. Yeah. We are going to be having a lot of this on our show. मचा के जाने वाला था. Alright. Okay, so what else have you been watching?
I watched a bunch of movies. I
Yeah.
watched The Vice, which is about Dick Cheney, and God, what an asshole. The movie is
Okay.
Christian Bale plays him, and
Oh,
it's
boy.
beautifully done.
Yeah.
So you should definitely watch
Mhm.
The Vice,
Mhm.
because that guy is probably that guy and a couple of others are single-handedly responsible for so many deaths and so much loss
Yeah.
and destruction. It's crazy.
And with no kinds of prosecution whatsoever.
So there's that. Plus, then we have I watched Wildlife, which is a very nice movie.
You watched what?
Wildlife.
Okay.
So it's from a director I think is pretty awesome, Paul Dano.
Okay.
He makes very wacky movies,
Okay.
if you want to call them that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've loved all of them,
Okay.
and it's pretty good. Pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay.
So
We'll check it
it's
out. We'll check it
Jake
out.
Gyllenhaal in it. Who I've never been disappointed by Jake Gyllenhaal.
I hope Far Away From Home does not disappoint.
The Spider-Man thing. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I've never been. Yeah, I didn't like this movie by him.
Okay.
About Jake Gyllenhaal. It never happens. So
Alright.
it was good stuff. I even watched Rustic. What was it?
Can we talk about Polar?
Rust's Creek.
Can we talk about
Oh
Polar?
yeah, Polar is such. It's like B grade John Wick.
It's like Bhojpuri John Wick
probably Bhojpuri John Wick.
with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, that guy's so awesome. I don't know why.
Exactly.
He did this,
Why would he take such
yeah.
a script is just beyond me.
It's stupid.
Alright, by the way, who do we have to petition to have Mads Mikkelsen, play the Joker in one of the DCU movies? Anyone, I don't care. Just one. I want to see him in one DCU movie. Just one as the Joker. Can we please have that?
Oh, interestingly, Batman is not going to be played by
Shit, how did we forget his name so
Ben
quickly?
Affleck.
Ben Affleck. It's been just one day, dude.
Yeah.
But thank you, Ben Affleck. May you win an award for bitching about having to play Batman.
So
As has every other Batman before you.
Except Christian Bale.
Except, like, he didn't bitch.
Yeah, he didn't bitch. Yeah,
So, of course, like, you have to bitch for you to win an award for it.
okay.
Like, that is the primary criteria.
No, but the thing is, Ben Affleck makes for a great Bruce Wayne. He makes for a shitty Batman.
Yeah, his Batman was...
I think they got the suit wrong,
Yeah.
honestly. I think the action sequences could have been better. They're not that great. But I think he makes for a very convincing Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, yep, I agree with you. No, but the thing is, we have been spoiled by Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale's Batman.
No,
So much.
Yeah.
Because that was so bloody good. Anything else is going to be disappointing. Like the same way people hated Jared Leto's Joker.
No, but that was stupid.
That was a decent good
even
Joker.
If, even if we had, even if we didn't have Heath Ledger's Joker, that would be bad because we would have already had who's Luke Skywalker?
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, we would already have Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jared Leto's Joker was just bad.
Yeah. So no matter what we get, it's going to be disappointing. So we might as well lower our expectations a little bit so we can continue to be entertained. Alright. So I have been watching Titans
That's on my to-do list.
Outsiders. Pretty good. So Titans
The whole of Titans is back on
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Young Justice Outsiders season number 3 has been pretty epic. Go check it out. If you haven't watched Young Justice seasons 1 and 2, check it out. So it's the whole Teen Titans thing, but all of them in one show. All of them.
I'm just making noises at this point.
Yep. So I also watched Game Night. That was pretty cool. And someone recommended me that I check out Boston Legal. So I'm going to be doing that over the weekend. I know. We know. See, Shelke had to tell us. Recording is still on. That's
First of all, it's streaming. It's not recording.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's got a point.
Shelke.
He's got a point. I'm sorry. I cannot take your side on this.
So I think he'll come back with, but it's being recorded on YouTube service. Because that would have been my comeback.
Alright.
But anyways, on that.
No. Okay. Can you stop that? Because you no longer need it. Alright. So I have also been watching Grand Tour and Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery. Season 2. Episode 2. Mind-blowing shit. Mind-blowing. Have you started watching it? Season 1?
For both of those things. For Grand Tour as well as that. Like, couldn't even finish one season of either.
Yeah. Now that is the disappointing note we were looking for. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next week. Maybe I'll be definitely seeing you. I don't know about him.
Top Gear was